So yo, it's the kid, 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 man. No, okay, this is this is interesting because I don't think this is even a swap deal. So Borussia Dortmund are ready to sign Ansu Fati to replace United transfer target Jadon Sancho. Ready to sign, not to loan, not to borrow, to sign. And guys, you all know how much I rate Ansu Fati and how impressed I have been of this dude, and how this dude has been probably one of the few bright spots in Barcelona. Yes, Ansu Fati right now is better than Griezmann. Yes, I don't give a damn about legacy. Also, right now, shout out to Eddie Murphy. Raw, what have you done for me lately? Griezmann, you've not done anything for me lately. Ansu Fati has. Who knocked out Inter Milan? I think it was just tested baby. I think it was just tested child. So that's what's right. So Borussia Dortmund are eyeing the transfer of Barcelona attacker Ansu Fati as they prepare. Let's make this bigger, shall we? As they prepare for the exit of Man United targets Jadon Sancho. Again, maybe I'll touch on that. That is wild. That is wild that they actually want Sancho to go. Fati 17 has burst onto this scene at the Camp Nou, scoring 4 goals in 7 La Liga starts, and he has now emerged as a top target for Dortmund. The Bundesliga outfit accepts Sancho will move on this summer, with Man United at the head of the queue ahead of Chelsea to sign him and recognize the need to replace his attacking contributions. Sancho has scored 14 goals and blah, blah, blah. But Fati is viewed as having the potential to fill the Sancho-sized hole, according to Sports. They're not alone in approaching Barcelona over a potential deal, and the Carlton Jets are willing to allow him to leave on a temporary basis. Barcelona chiefs recognize the benefits Fati would reap from regular first-team football, something Dortmund could provide. I want to touch on that. This is key. Barcelona recognize the benefits Fati would reap from regular first-team football, something Dortmund not could, can provide. But they also see his long-term future in Barcelona, so they will not allow him to leave on a permanent basis. That's another key thing. But they also see his long-term future in Barcelona, so they will not allow him to leave on a permanent basis. So, some interesting things there. I think the first thing to look at there is, first of all, Homeboy 17. That's wild. Homeboy is 17. That is just wild. I mean, crazy. So this is really a thing. So Man United are really at the front of the queue. Because to me, I just thought, okay, these are rumors, these are about guys saying things. But I think with each growing day, we could see Sancho at United. And maybe that's what I will do for a separate video to say, wow, how could that change Man United? Because I want to just focus on Ansu Fati here and the whole Dortmund Barcelona dynamic. So Fati is viewed as having the potential to fill the central size hole. So that is a massive hole to fill. Those are big shoes to fill, because I feel like Sancho has been amazing for Dortmund, and Dortmund would be crazy and insane and stupid and absolutely asinine to allow Sancho to leave. But then if Sancho wants to leave and is pushing for a leave, okay, it is what it is. You can't keep a player that doesn't want to stay. Fati is just starting out. He's just starting out, and it would be massive pressure to put him in Sancho's role and him starting every game, but not only starting every game, the Dortmund fans expecting him to contribute close to what Sancho did. It's crazy, because he is younger than Sancho. I think Sancho is 20, so he's like 3 years younger than Sancho, and you should not put that much pressure on a teenager. He's 17. The boy is 17, man. So they shouldn't expect that. And you could really ruin the confidence of the player if you're like, oh man, look, Sancho was doing all the stuff. I'm like, look, you're not contributing, man. I wish Sancho was here. Sancho would have done this. Sancho would have done that. Sancho would have done this. This guy's a waste. Saying that to a teenager? Really? Is that what we're doing right now? And this is another key on a Barcelona chiefs recognize the benefits Fati would reap from regular first team football, something Dortmund could provide. That is why I think this is a great move for Ansu Fati. This kid needs to play. This kid needs to play. Because you would say, you know what, 17, 18, let the guy chill and so forth. For me, I think this guy is ready for regular first team football. And what do I say for a young player? It is vital you go to the right team. This is, I don't think there is a more perfect club for Ansu Fati to go to than Dortmund, based on their playing style and based on how much confidence they have in playing young players. Ansu Fati will play. He will play pretty much every game. He will be a starter and he will form a strong basis of the team. Maybe there'll be a few times where there'll be rotations and so forth, but he will definitely get more game time and there'll be a stronger willingness to start him than for Barcelona. It's Barcelona. Barcelona are looking to win all the biggest trophies all the time, and they're looking to get the biggest players in their prime right now. They're not looking to develop young players. Dortmund have always been a side where we are happy to build a team of 11 young players or 6, 7 young players, 3 or 4 senior international and vets like a Hummels and a Marco Reus. So, and as I said again, you improve by playing full games, 90 minutes. You will improve faster playing 90 minutes games than playing 20 minutes games, 30 minutes games, 12 minutes games. And for me, Ansu Fati, based on his technical ability, his footballing IQ and footballing intelligence, would be a really good fit for Dortmund. But again, we go back to the whole Sancho thing. He's not Sancho. He doesn't play like Sancho. He isn't as quick as Sancho. He isn't as sharp with the same kind of zip that Sancho has. I think Ansu Fati is more technical in his football. I think he perhaps protects the ball a lot better. So him now being put in this team means that you need to try and understand where he's coming from and understand his football and his brand of football. You can't say to him that we want you to, whenever you have the ball, quickly run forward. When we're on the counter, go quick on the counter. That's not his game style. That's not his playing style. And you can't force him to do something that I just don't think is in his DNA. So, but it would be a great move for Ansu Fati. But now this is another key thing. But they, meaning Barcelona, also see his long-term future in Barcelona, so they will not allow him to live on a permanent basis. Now that is interesting because remember, at the beginning of this whole thing, they said that Dortmund are looking to sign. They said ready to sign. So, because my thing is that if Barcelona are stupid enough to sell Ansu Fati, because you could literally be holding on to the next gem. You could. Now he may not be that, but he could be. So you don't want to just give that potential huge gem to a Dortmund, because remember, you give that to a Dortmund, they've always been seen as a selling club. Who knows? Maybe they sell him to a Real Madrid or they sell him to a Bayern Munich. Barcelona are Barcelona. Barcelona are not a selling club. So if he comes and he's now that's good for Barcelona, you keep it. You keep it. Now, we don't know what kind of state Barcelona will be in when Messi, because by the time Ansu Fati is like 24, 25, 26, Messi would have been long retired and finished. So I don't know what kind of state Barcelona will be in then. But I think this is definitely good news that Barcelona are not looking to sell him. And I think now this is when it gets tricky now. I don't think Barcelona I don't think Barcelona have the luxury of actually allowing Ansu Fati to go. That's the crazy thing. It's not like if everything is rosy at Barcelona where they're like, we're good, Griezmann is saying what's up, Puig is saying what's up, so, Ansu Fati, I think, you're surplus to requirements. You're cool, but you know what, since we like you, we're just going to get you to, we're going to loan you out so you can just gain some experience, because you can't fit into this team. Psst. Ansu Fati is one of the best players at Barcelona right now. Yeah, he is. Us is injured. Griezmann has been useless. The cannibal is aging. Messi is all by himself. So unless Barcelona have a top tier player to get, cool. but aren't you in debt? Ansu Fati, every time I've seen him for Barcelona, he's been really good. And I feel that Ansu Fati and Messi have got a really good understanding. And I think they play on the same wavelength. So should Barcelona really be in the position to say, oh, get the hell out of here, we don't really want you? Really? Should they? So yeah, man. But for Dortmund, but look, if Dortmund can get an Ansu Fati, I think that's great. I think that would be super for them, and I think that would really that would be a great purchase. But on just the larger, bigger level, man, I told you, man, I was enjoying Sancho at Dortmund, and for me, I just thought Sancho and Dortmund was a great marriage. I thought it was a great marriage. But if he does have to go and he wants to leave, I don't believe Ansu Fati can do what Sancho has done. I don't think Ansu Fati can have the same impact that Sancho has done. But I do like that fit. I think it is a good fit. Because I think that the way Dortmund play, how attacking they are, how they want their guys to play on the front foot, I think that leans very well to an Ansu Fati, who we know this guy can score. This guy is smart beyond his years. You know, I'm just because every time I see him play, I just look at things very carefully. I'm like, damn, this guy is not really playing like a 17-year-old. Of course, he'll make a few mistakes here. He may overrun the ball here and there, but there just seems to be a maturity and a level of thought and composure every time he has the ball that you don't normally see from guys this young. And that's just what is so crazy. So, and this is the crazy thing, as a football fan, I would want this move. Because if Barcelona are not ready to fully play him, but if Sancho leaves, we will be seeing much more of an Ansu Fati, both in the Bundesliga and in the Champions League as a starter, perhaps more likely than not playing 90 minutes or 60, 70 minutes. And for football fans, that'd be great because, my gosh, if we have a 17, 18-year-old who is not trying to push up the ranks and say what's up to a Leroy Sané, what's up to a Sancho, what's up to an Mbappe, what's up to an Us, it is pretty rather interesting, man. So, what the heck? Here. So yeah, Fati, Dortmund could be the good move if they guarantee first in football. Become a Football Hut member and gain access to cool emojis on the live streams and get access to new YouTube content by clicking the join button here. And to view that new content, head over to the YouTube channel homepage and click on the community tab over here.